chosen one, God says, someone is coming to your door with a surprise that changes everything. Listen, and listen carefully. This is not a moment to scroll away. You have just stepped into a divine appointment. This is not a coincidence. Heaven has moved to reach you right now. If you walk away from this before it ends, you might miss the very moment God marked to unlock your breakthrough. This is not just another word. This is your warning. This is your invitation. This is your shift. Comment Amen right now if you feel that something deep inside is pulling you to stay. From the throne room of heaven, I speak to you, my child, my beloved, my chosen one. I have seen your tears behind closed doors. I have watched you press forward when others gave up. You have walked through fire, through silence, through nights when you begged me for a sign. And now I send you this one. Someone is coming. Yes, someone is being sent to your very door with a surprise that changes everything. Not something small, not something ordinary, but a turning point. An answer to the prayers you whispered when your heart was too heavy to speak. This is the hour you've been prepared for. You may not have known it, but every struggle, every battle, every delay has led to this divine intersection. I am the Lord your God, and I do not forget my promises. I have assigned an arrival. I have scheduled a shift. I have arranged a surprise that will show up not just in your life, but right at your door. You will not chase this blessing. It will find you. It will know your name. It will knock. And when it does, it will carry my fingerprint. You have asked me if I still remember you. You've cried, Lord, do you see me? And today I answer you with fire and tenderness. Yes, I see you. Yes, I remember. I have not abandoned you. I have held your name close to my heart. I have spoken about you in the halls of heaven. I have declared over you, they are mine. They are chosen. They are marked for more. That is why the enemy has fought you so hard, because he sees what is coming, but he cannot stop what I have started. Now hear this clearly. This surprise will not be by chance. This person I am sending has been assigned by me. Their footsteps are guided by my hand. They carry with them what you've needed but couldn't find. Provision, direction, healing, opportunity, closure, new beginnings. What they bring will release chains. It will dry old tears. It will awaken what was buried by fear. I will use this moment to prove that I never left you. Let this be your confirmation. The door of disappointment is closing. The door of breakthrough is being knocked on. Do not turn away. Stay sensitive. Stay ready. Stay near me. The world may not understand how quickly your life is about to change, but I do not work on human timelines. I move in sudden shifts. I move in divine appointments. And I am moving now. Comment 1111 if you believe the shift is already on its way. Child, the pain didn't break you. The waiting didn't destroy you. Even when your faith trembled, I held you up. I was the one whispering to your heart when everyone else walked away. I am the God who stays, the God who sees, and now the God who acts. I am not sending just anything to your door. I am sending what you didn't even know how to ask for. You cried for answers. I'm sending restoration. You asked for a path. I'm sending someone who brings light. But listen to me. You must open the door. You must not let fear hold you back when the knock comes. You must recognize my hand, even if the wrapping looks unfamiliar. Not everything I send will look the way you expect, but what I send will carry peace. You will feel it in your spirit. Your soul will know. I do not work in confusion. I do not send deception. I send peace, order, clarity, and truth, and what's coming will carry my signature. You will soon say, Everything changed after that day. You will testify that what once felt delayed was actually prepared. I don't waste pain. I don't forget seeds you've sown in tears. I do not ignore nights you prayed in silence while others slept. I was with you then, I am with you now, and I will be with you when this surprise unfolds. My protection has surrounded your home. My angels have gone ahead. What I send will bless, not break. It will heal, not harm. This is not just for anyone. This is for you, the chosen one. Yes, you. Others overlooked you. They didn't see what I see. They didn't value what I placed inside of you. But I am not man. I do not measure by status or appearance. I see the heart. I see obedience. I see endurance. I see the quiet faith you carried, even when no one understood. And that is why I am showing up at your door, not just with words, but with wonders. You must prepare your heart, clear out the noise. Make room, because surprises from heaven are not received with cluttered minds and bitter spirits. Forgive, release, trust. I am not finished with your story. In fact, the best chapter is about to begin. But you must believe me. You must believe that I can send divine change through unexpected doors, through people you never imagined, through moments that seem ordinary but are soaked in glory. Before the knock comes, I will stir your spirit. You will feel it, a peace that surpasses logic, a tug that won't let go. Follow that. That's me. I don't speak in fear, I speak in calm. When it comes, you'll be ready. Not because you figured it all out, but because you trusted me enough to stay open, stay humble. Stay in position. The blessing is coming to you. You won't have to chase it. This is the season I reverse the patterns. Where you were overlooked, now you will be seen. Where you were lacking, now you will have more than enough. Where you were confused, now you will walk in clarity. All of this because you stayed, because you didn't give up, because you trusted my name even when you couldn't trace my hand. You are not forgotten, you are favored. Do not despise the days you had to wait. They were preparing you for the weight of the blessing. They taught you how to pray, how to hear me, how to depend not on people, but on me. That's why you are ready now. That's why the door is being approached. This isn't a random surprise. It is the fruit of your endurance. It is the gift for your faithfulness. And when it comes, it will not come empty. It will come overflowing. Let the world say what they want. Let them doubt. Let them mock. They don't know what I've whispered over you in secret. But you do. You felt me. You heard me. You stayed near. And now, I honor that closeness. Get ready, my child. The knock is near. The shift is close. The person I'm sending carries more than you imagined. Your life will not look the same after this. Stay alert. Stay thankful. Stay connected. Because I am the Lord your God, and I do not send lightly. What I send is sacred. What I send is sealed. And what I send is meant for you. Believe this with all your heart. The world might call it luck. Others might see it as random. But you will know. Deep in your bones, you will know that this came from me. It will be the answer to a prayer you forgot you even prayed. That's how well I know you. That's how closely I've been watching. You thought I was silent. You thought I had walked away. But all along, I was preparing something. I was aligning hearts, shifting timelines, orchestrating people you've never met to step into your path at just the right moment. I do not work on your clock. I work through divine timing. And my timing is always perfect. I know when you're ready, even when you don't. I know how to bring what you need, not just when you want it, but when it will not overwhelm you. I know how to deliver the blessing in a way that keeps your heart soft and your eyes on me. You have suffered long, you have carried burdens no one knew, but my spirit has never left your side. Through every storm, I've stood closer than your breath. Through every tear, I've caught each drop. I have counted them, and I've recorded them. Not one was wasted, not one was missed. That's why this surprise carries weight. Because it's not just a blessing, it's a response. It's a sign that I saw everything. It's a token of my goodness. You have waited, and now heaven is moving. Child, be careful who you listen to in this season. Many voices will try to distract you. Some will make you doubt. Some will question your worth. But I do not see as man sees. I do not define you by your failures. I do not label you by your past. I see your heart. I see your hunger for me, and that hunger has drawn me close. That is why I say to you again, someone is coming to your door with a surprise that changes everything. Comment 222 if you believe God's hand is moving in unseen ways even now. I don't ask you to understand everything. I only ask you to trust me. Trust that when I say I will do it, I will. Trust that my promises do not expire. Trust that I am not limited by the economy, by the calendar, by the opinions of people. I speak, and things come to life. I command, and creation responds. Mountains bow, winds obey, hearts soften, doors open, and now I am commanding a new season to enter your life. Do not fear this new beginning. Yes, it may look unfamiliar. Yes, it may stretch you, but I will be in it. I will go before you. I will surround you with my peace. You will not have to force anything. You will not need to beg for what I'm sending. It will come because it is appointed. It will stay because I have willed it. You don't need to chase anything when you walk with me. The blessings chase you. I have already gone ahead. I have cleared the path. I have dealt with the things that would have blocked you. That is why some relationships ended. That is why certain plans failed. I was removing what could not carry the weight of what's coming. You were not being punished. You were being protected. What looked like delay was actually deliverance. What felt like rejection was actually my redirection. So many nights you asked me, why? And I say now, because I love you too much to let you settle for less than what I planned. You were made for more. That ache in your soul, that restlessness that wouldn't leave, that wasn't anxiety. That was me. That was my spirit refusing to let you stay stuck. That was my whisper urging you forward when everything around you told you to stop. I stirred you because I'm calling you higher. And now you're almost there. You're standing at the edge of the shift. Don't step back now. Don't doubt what you've heard. My sheep know my voice. And I've been speaking to your spirit, even in the quiet. That person I'm sending, they will not come empty. They will come carrying what is meant for your next chapter, and you will know them by peace. You will know them by clarity. I don't send confusion. I don't send pain. I send purpose. I want you to make space for this surprise, in your thoughts, in your prayers, in your home. Because when I send it, it will come quickly. I don't need years to turn a life around. I only need one moment, one knock, one step, and suddenly everything changes. The pain makes sense. The waiting feels worth it. The silence becomes sacred because you'll realize I was working all along. Remember what my word says. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has imagined what God has prepared for those who love Him. That's not just a verse, that's your reality now. You have loved me. Even when you didn't understand, even when you were tired, even when your heart was broken, And I do not forget those who love me like that. That's the kind of love I respond to with fire, with favor, with fullness. You may feel like you've lost time, but I am the redeemer of time. I restore years, I give beauty for ashes, I turn mourning into dancing, and that is what you are about to see. The one who is coming to your door brings more than a surprise. They bring a sign, a new beginning, a holy alignment. And once it comes, you will say, "Now I see why it had to happen this way." So prepare yourself, clean out doubt, make room for joy, let go of bitterness. You cannot receive a new thing while clinging to old pain. What's behind you was real, but what's ahead of you is greater. The past had its place, but it does not define your future. I define your future. And I say, it is blessed, it is full, it is abundant, it is marked with my hand. I am not done with you, I never was. I have only just begun to show you what I can do. You have not missed your moment, you have not gone too far. You are not too broken. My mercy has no limit. My power has no ceiling, and my love for you has never wavered. That is why I come to you now. That is why I send this word, to remind you that the door is about to be knocked on and everything will change. Stay close, stay watching, stay ready, because I am faithful and I never fail. I will finish what I started. I will deliver what I promised, and what's coming will leave you in awe. Just hold on a little longer. You are closer than you think. It's on its way, and it carries everything I've prepared for you behind the curtain of time. What you thought was silence was strategy. What you thought was stillness was structure. I was arranging details you could never manage on your own. And now, the door is about to echo with the sound of divine arrival. You will not have to force this. You will not have to chase it or beg for it. I am not a God who gives only to take away. I give and I complete. I bless and I sustain. What I send will not just change your mood, it will change your direction. It will shift the ground beneath your feet. It will realign what was crooked. It will heal what was wounded. It will elevate what was buried under fear and doubt. And when it comes, you will know without question that it came from me. You've watched others walk into blessing. You've clapped for them, even when your hands were trembling. I saw that. You didn't let jealousy grow. You didn't let bitterness take root. Instead, you whispered, "Lord, remember me." And I did. I always do. You are not overlooked. You are not at the bottom of the list. You are at the center of my heart. I do not ignore the quiet faithfulness of a soul that refuses to give up on me, even in the dark. Comment 777 if you know deep down that God is still writing your story. I know you've been waiting. I know there were moments you thought maybe I had changed my mind, but I am not a man that I should lie. I do not start and abandon. I do not promise and forget. I do not call and then walk away. I finish what I begin. The road may have taken longer than you expected, but that's because the blessing I am sending had to be built with care. It is not a quick thing, it is a complete thing. I am not in a rush. I am in the business of restoration, not replacement. That surprise is not coming to your neighbor. It's not passing by your street. It's coming to your door. It's been assigned to you, and no power in hell can intercept what I've sealed with my authority. Your name is on this delivery. It will not go to another. It has been anointed for your need, for your season, for your heart. You will open your door, and your entire atmosphere will change. You've walked through too many fires for this to be just another ordinary season. No, this is holy ground. You've lost too much, endured too long, hoped too hard for me to let this pass you by. That's why I'm telling you again, so you don't miss it, so you don't doubt it. Get ready, get your heart open, clean the room of your spirit. The guest is coming, and they bring heaven with them. Don't let old pain block the doorway. Don't let fear speak louder than faith. I am not asking you to have everything figured out. I'm only asking you to believe that I can do what you've never seen before. I'm asking you to trust that I still know how to surprise you. I'm asking you to open your hands so I can fill them. What's coming cannot be held with closed fists. Release the past. Let it go. It has no place where you're going. I am pouring out what the enemy said you would never have. He said you missed your moment. He said you were forgotten. He said your future was too broken to repair. But I say he is a liar. I say your future is held in my hand. I say your name is carved into my palm. I say your story is about to flip, and it will silence every voice that ever doubted you. What I'm sending is more than enough. You will not be empty much longer. You will not be lost much longer. You will not be stuck much longer. My spirit is moving. My angels are dispatched. The delivery is already on its way. The person who carries this blessing has been nudged by my hand. They may not even understand the full reason why they feel drawn to you, but I do. I'm the one who sent them. I'm the one who placed the burden in their heart to reach out, to bless, to give, to speak, to knock. This will not just bless you, it will confirm me to you. You've believed in me. You've prayed to me. You've trusted me. But I am about to show you my hand in a way that will quiet every doubt. It will affirm every word I've ever spoken over your life. It will make sense of the weight. You will say, it had to happen this way. And your faith will stretch wide and deep, like a tree planted by rivers of living water. My child, you've come so far. You've grown in ways you haven't even seen. The person you are today is not the same as the one who cried out months ago. I've been molding your heart while you waited. I've been strengthening your faith while you held on. I've been removing the counterfeit so the real could come. And now, it's time. Not because you earned it, but because you endured. Not because you're perfect, but because you refused to quit. You will not even have to explain what happened. People will see the change, they'll see the joy, they'll see the peace, and they'll ask you, what changed? And you'll say, God showed up. Not in thunder, not in earthquake, but in a knock on the door, in the form of a surprise I didn't expect, in the form of a shift I couldn't have planned. I want you to wake up each morning expecting it. Not out of desperation, but out of trust. Live like someone who believes heaven is close. Speak like someone who knows the answer is on the way. Walk like someone who's been marked by favor, because you have. I've marked you, I've called you, I've covered you, and no weapon formed against you will prevail. I am not just sending comfort, I am sending completion. The kind of surprise that answers questions, settles fears, and rewrites stories. You've cried for closure, and I am bringing a beginning. You've begged for peace, and I am sending joy. You've asked if it's too late, but I say, it's right on time. I never stopped watching over you. Even in your lowest moments, I was near. When others left you, I stayed. When doors slammed in your face, I was building another one for you. You have been through seasons of stripping. You've seen things fall apart. You've seen people change. But none of it was meant to destroy you. It was preparing the space. It was making room for what's about to enter. My hand has been moving pieces you can't see, and now the moment is close. You've walked through days where you didn't even have the strength to pray, and I saw that too. You don't have to be perfect for me to move. I don't wait until you have it all together. I respond to hunger, to humility, to faith that says, God, even if I don't understand, I still believe you. That kind of faith moves heaven. That kind of trust stirs my heart. And you, my beloved, have that kind of trust. Even when it shook, you didn't let go. Even when you questioned me, you still leaned in. That's why you're about to see what I've been holding in store. Do you feel the shift? Do you sense that something is different, even if you can't explain it? That's not your imagination. That's my spirit telling you it's near. The surprise is already in motion. The one I've sent is already on the way. Their footsteps are ordered. Their path is blessed. Their heart is being stirred even now. And when they reach your door, the atmosphere will change. The air will feel different. You will know this is it. Don't second guess it. Don't let fear convince you that you're not ready. You are. I have equipped you through every hard season. I have matured you through pain. I have strengthened you in silence. I've shaped your character when no one was watching. And now, the reward is coming. Not just for your comfort, but because I promised I would. I am faithful. I keep my word. You've seen others step into their blessings and wondered when it would be your turn. This is it. Your turn. Your moment. Your encounter. I don't tease my children with hope. I don't dangle blessings just out of reach. What I'm bringing is not a test, it's a gift. You don't need to figure it out. You only need to receive it. Keep your heart open, keep your spirit tender, and trust that I am guiding every detail. The pain didn't destroy you, but it did reveal who you really are. It uncovered the strength I placed inside you. It showed you how to stand even when you wanted to collapse. And now, the joy that comes will be even sweeter, because you'll know what it cost. You'll feel the weight of what I'm placing in your hands, and you will carry it with gratitude, not fear. This isn't just about receiving, it's about rising. The person I'm sending won't just bring something. They will carry my presence. They will carry answers to questions you didn't know how to ask. They will speak words that heal. They will release peace into your home. They will not come to take. They will come to pour out, because I have filled them for this purpose. And you, my child, are the purpose. You are not random. You are not lost in the crowd. I know your name. I know your thoughts. I know the secret things you've been carrying, the dreams you laid down, the ones you buried because it hurt too much to hope again. I am telling you now, pick them back up. Hope again, believe again, dream again, because I'm not done. I am just beginning to show you what's possible. Comment 1010 if your heart is still open to what God is doing behind the scenes. Don't let the world's chaos convince you that heaven is quiet. I have never been more active in your life. Even when you felt nothing, I was moving everything. Even when you heard nothing, I was speaking in ways your heart will understand later. You don't need everyone to understand what I'm doing for you. This blessing wasn't meant to make sense to others. It was meant to fulfill what I whispered to you in the dark, when you were crying, when you were fighting alone, when no one clapped for you or recognized your faithfulness. I did. I saw it all. And now, the reward is on its way. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to not feel ready. But don't let fear stop you from opening the door. Don't let hesitation keep you from walking into the blessing. You may feel unsure, but I am not. I have chosen this moment. I have anointed this shift. I have declared this timing, and my declarations never return empty. They complete what they were sent to do. You will laugh again. You will rest again. You will love without fear. You will wake up with purpose. You will walk without the weight you've been dragging. I am lifting burdens. I am canceling anxiety. I am replacing sorrow with peace. What you've cried for in secret will be revealed in glory. What you've lost will be restored in greater measure. Do not rush this moment. Do not fear missing it. You are not late. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned, prepared, placed where the surprise can find you. Everything that's happened was part of the design. Every detour, every delay, every disappointment, it all brought you here, to this door, to this divine intersection. And when the knock comes, answer it with faith. Open with confidence. Welcome what I have sent, because it is yours, because you are ready, because I am faithful, because this is your appointed time. You will look back on this and say, that was the day everything began to change. You may not see the full picture yet. You may not know how all the pieces come together, but I do. I've been writing your story from the beginning. Not a single chapter is wasted. Every loss, every heartbreak, every unanswered question has a place in what I'm about to release into your life. You've questioned my timing. You've wondered if maybe I changed my mind, but I haven't. I've been waiting for the perfect moment, and that moment is almost here. The knock on your door is not far. I know it hasn't been easy. I know the nights have felt long. You've watched others receive while you remained in the shadows, but I am not unjust. I do not forget my children. You've sown in faith. You've given when you had little. You've loved even when you were hurting. You've chosen to trust me when you couldn't see what I was doing. And because of that, I'm about to reward you openly. I'm about to do something in your life that cannot be explained by logic. It will be something only I could have done. The person who is coming will not just carry an answer, they will carry confirmation. They will carry insight. They will carry grace. I've placed something within them that connects to your next chapter. You won't need to force the connection. You won't need to strive. My spirit will make it clear. The moment they step into your life, peace will settle over you. You will know this is part of the surprise God spoke about. Chosen one, this is why your family members turned on you. They didn't turn on you because you were wrong. They turned on you because you were right. They didn't leave because you failed them. They stepped away because you carried something they could never understand. You're not abandoned, you're set apart. And if you stop reading now, you'll miss something that could change your entire walk with God. Don't ignore this. Your breakthrough, your healing, your peace might be hiding behind the pain of this betrayal. You need to hear this through. Everything is about to make sense. Comment Amen if you've ever cried, asking God why the very people you loved turned cold toward you. You are not crazy. You are not cursed. You are chosen. And being chosen does not mean being celebrated by everyone. In fact, it means the opposite. The call on your life was never meant to be convenient. It was meant to be divine. God placed something inside you: faith, favor, discernment, light, and those who walk in darkness, even if they carry your blood, may not want to stand too close. Not because of who you are, but because of who they are not willing to become. They mocked you, they misunderstood you, they twisted your words. Not because you're flawed, but because you're marked. You carry oil that they couldn't recognize. Just like Joseph, you had dreams that made your family uncomfortable. Just like Jesus, you carried truth that made your own people reject you. But the rejection was never the end. It was the doorway to purpose. You thought they were destroying you, but they were actually positioning you. This is why it hurts so deeply. Because it wasn't strangers who wounded you. It wasn't enemies from afar. It was the ones who laughed with you, the ones you trusted, the ones you prayed for. That's what makes this pain feel unbearable. But let me remind you, I saw it all. I watched every tear, every slammed door, every silent treatment, every whispered lie, and I allowed it, not to break you, but to build you. Don't mistake the breaking for the end. The breaking was a beginning. You had to be isolated so I could show you what they couldn't. You had to be separated so I could speak to you without their voices drowning out my truth. You had to be rejected so I could redirect you. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. The silence wasn't my absence, it was my strategy. Because elevation always starts with separation. You keep asking, God, why would they turn on me like that? But I ask you, would you have ever left if they didn't? You were clinging to comfort. You were trying to bring them into a place they were never meant to go. So I allowed them to turn, so you could turn to me fully. Their betrayal became your blessing. Their distance became your destiny. I used what they meant for evil, and I'm still turning it for your good. Comment 1111 if you still believe I can restore what was broken and replace what was lost. I know you're tired. I know your heart feels heavy. You keep thinking maybe if you had explained better, loved harder, prayed more, things would have been different. But child, stop blaming yourself. The truth is, no matter what you did, they were never going to understand. Because spiritual things can't be explained to those who choose to stay carnal. Light cannot explain itself to the darkness. It can only shine. They were never rejecting you. They were rejecting the spirit in you. That's why the same words from someone else were received with joy, but yours were met with resistance. That's why your presence disturbed their comfort. Because conviction lives in you, and they didn't want to change, so they chose to push you away rather than grow. But don't you dare shrink to keep their approval. Don't you dare dim your light just to be accepted. I didn't call you to fit in. I called you to stand out. Yes, I know you miss them. I know you wish things could go back to how they used to be. But what if I told you I allowed that season to end because I have something far greater ahead? What if I told you the loss you feel is only making room for my promise? You've cried enough tears over them. It's time to wipe your eyes and lift your head. I'm not done writing your story. In fact, I'm just getting started. You're not alone. I've been walking beside you this whole time, even when you felt abandoned, even when you screamed into your pillow, even when you questioned if anyone saw your pain. I did. I saw every moment, and I'm proud of you. Proud that you didn't let the bitterness win. Proud that you still chose to pray, even through the betrayal. Proud that you trusted me when nothing made sense. That's the heart I can use. That's the faith I reward. Remember David? He was forgotten in the field, overlooked by his own father. But I saw him. I chose him. I anointed him in front of the very people who never believed in him, and I will do the same for you. The ones who dismissed you will witness your rising. The ones who said you'd never make it will have to watch me lift you, not to shame them, but to show them what favor looks like when it rests on a surrendered heart. Don't try to fix what I've ended. Don't reopen doors I've shut. Let me heal you. Let me lead you. I will bring the right voices, the right people, the right family, those who see the anointing in you and don't run from it, those who pour into you, not drain you, those who sharpen you, not shame you. But first, you must let go of who hurt you. And forgiveness, child, is not saying what they did was okay. It's saying, I'm not going to let their wrongness ruin the rest of my life. I'm choosing peace over poison. I'm choosing growth over grudges. That is where freedom begins, and where my glory pours out. You are chosen, You are protected. You are mine. And no betrayal, no lie, no distance can ever change that. I will restore your joy. I will bring clarity to the confusion. I will open doors they tried to close. And I will set a table for you in the presence of those who thought you'd never eat again. And I am not ignoring it. I'm using it, because I don't waste pain. Every time they broke your trust, I was building your character. Every time they questioned your worth, I was carving deeper into your purpose. This isn't punishment. This is placement. You didn't lose them. I removed them, not to hurt you, but to help you, because if they had stayed, they would have poisoned what I planted. You thought their presence was keeping you safe, but in truth, it was keeping you stuck. Their words were wrapped in love, but soaked in control. Their actions looked like concern, but were rooted in fear. And fear cannot grow beside faith. I am pruning you so you can bear fruit, not opinions. Comment 222 if you believe I am aligning your life for something far greater than what you lost. I know it still stings. I know you lay awake, wondering how people who knew your heart could turn their backs so quickly. I know the silence from them feels louder than any words. But hear me, child. When I say this, what you thought was abandonment was actually deliverance. You were praying for breakthrough, and I answered. You just didn't expect it to come through betrayal. But sometimes, that's how I move. Not because I want you to suffer, but because I want you to soar. Even my son was betrayed. Even he was kissed by someone who walked closely beside him. Don't think you're alone in this. You are walking a road that saints before you have traveled. Joseph was betrayed by his brothers and thrown into a pit. But the pit wasn't the end, it was the beginning. The betrayal was the setup. And through it, I positioned him in a place of power where he saved not just Egypt, but the very family who hurt him. That is what I can do when you keep your heart soft and your eyes on me. You've been trying to figure it out, but I'm asking you to let me fight this. I never called you to carry the weight of their choices. I called you to follow me. Trust me, even when the wounds feel fresh. Obey me, even when it's hard. Praise me, even through the ache. I promise you, this story ends in redemption. What the enemy tried to use to break you will become the very thing I use to bless you. You've spent enough time questioning your worth, enough time wondering what you did wrong. You've apologized for things that were never your fault. You've taken blame that doesn't belong to you. But child, their reaction wasn't a reflection of your failure. It was a revelation of your calling. They saw something in you that made them uncomfortable. The fire, the favor, the fierce grace I put inside you, it shines too bright for some to stay close. But don't dim it, don't hide it, let it burn. This is the season I bring clarity to confusion. The masks will fall, the truth will rise, and you will begin to see that I was never late. I was preparing everything perfectly. Your tears were never in vain. I've caught everyone, and in due time they will water the harvest I'm about to place in your hands. Comment 555 if you believe your next chapter will be greater than the pain you're leaving behind. You didn't walk away empty-handed, even if they took your peace for a season, even if they walked off with pieces of your trust. What remains is enough. I'm multiplying what's left. You think you need them to be whole again, but I say to you, my grace is sufficient. My love fills every broken gap. My presence heals what no apology ever could. Don't wait for their validation. Don't wait for their return. What I have for you doesn't require their agreement. Yes, I will bring restoration, but not always through them. Sometimes restoration looks like new relationships, new beginnings, new laughter in places that used to hold your pain. Sometimes it means seeing the same faces, but no longer needing their approval. Sometimes it's looking back and realizing you made it without what you thought you couldn't live without. That's what I'm doing. I'm making you whole in me. You may feel small right now, like everything is too quiet, like nothing's moving. But what if I told you that in the silence, I'm building your next? That the quiet isn't emptiness, it's foundation? You are not in a season of being forgotten, you are in a season of being formed. And what I'm forming in you is stronger than what was lost. Don't despise the waiting. It's sacred, it's holy, and it's necessary. Remember my word. When your mother and father forsake you, then the Lord will take you up. That means when the closest ones leave, I get even closer. You're not an orphan, you're mine, and I don't leave what I love. I walk with it through the fire. I lead it beside still waters. I prepare a table even when enemies are still present. That's who I am, and that's what I'll do for you. You are not too broken. You are not too forgotten. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be for me to show up, and I will. Just hold on. Keep walking. Keep praying. Keep trusting. You're not fighting alone. My angels surround you. My spirit lives in you. My favor goes before you, and my word is still true. Love that crumbles when you rise higher was never grounded in truth. They loved the version of you that stayed small, the one that didn't challenge their comfort. But the moment you stepped into who I made you to be, their hearts shifted. Not because you changed for the worse, but because you began to shine too brightly. I saw how confused you were, how the same ones who used to cheer for you began to compete with you, how support turned into silence, how hugs turned into distance. And I need you to know, it was not your fault. You didn't become arrogant. You became aware, aware of the calling, aware of the oil, aware of the weight of purpose I placed on your life. And that awareness made you dangerous not to me, but to the spirits in them that weren't ready to let go of control. Comment 777 if you believe my calling over you is greater than the silence you're walking through. I'm not just healing you from what they did, I'm renewing your vision. You've been looking back too long, trying to understand a heart that was never in alignment with mine. And I'm saying it's time to look forward. What I have ahead will not resemble the pain behind you. This isn't the end of your story. This is the turning point. I'm not just restoring your heart, I'm restoring your hope. The belief that joy is still possible, that peace is still real, that love can still exist in pure form. I need you to stop waiting for them to come back and make it right. Some will never apologize, not because you don't deserve it, but because pride won't let them admit the truth. And that's okay. I will vindicate you. I will defend your name. I will cover what you can't fix. Your job is not to chase closure. Your job is to walk in freedom. The moment you let go of needing them to explain, I step in with peace that surpasses all understanding. I know what it cost you. The memories, the long nights, the moments you swallowed your voice just to keep the peace. I saw it all, and I will not let your sacrifice be wasted. I'm bringing honor where there was shame. I'm bringing strength where you once felt weak. I'm bringing laughter where sorrow tried to settle in. That's who I am. I don't leave my children stuck in mourning. I lead them into dancing again. Comment 999 if you trust that I'm turning your mourning into something beautiful and new. You didn't imagine the shift. You weren't being dramatic. Spiritual warfare is real, and often It comes disguised as misunderstanding. The enemy would love to convince you that this is the end of connection, that no one will ever love you again, that no one will see you clearly. But those are lies. I am not a God of confusion. I am the God of clarity, of restoration, of divine alignment. And I have prepared hearts that will not run from your light, but rejoice in it. People who will celebrate your growth and speak life into your purpose. But first, I must detox your spirit from the bitterness trying to take root. Bitterness doesn't protect you. It paralyzes you. It keeps you anchored to moments I'm trying to move you past. Forgiveness isn't about denying the pain. It's about refusing to stay connected to it. When you forgive, you're not saying they were right. You're saying their wrong won't rule your future. That's when I can move freely in your life. That's when blessings begin to flow again. I am for you, not against you. And I know that sometimes, when those closest walk away, it makes you question if something is wrong with you. But listen, my son was perfect, and they still turned on him. They still chose Barabbas over him. They still mocked him, spat on him, and left him alone in his most painful hour. And yet, he said, "Father, forgive them." That's power. That's love. That's the example I've placed before you, not because it's easy, but because it's freeing. You're not meant to carry this anger into your next. You're not meant to wear this pain like armor. Lay it down. Right here, right now, you've carried it long enough. It's time to travel light. The season I'm leading you into requires space. Space for joy, space for new people, space for clarity and fresh wind. There's no room for resentment, no room for regret, only room for me. I'm lifting the weight off your shoulders. I'm wiping the tears. You don't even cry anymore because you got used to the pain. I'm breathing life back into your dreams. You almost gave up. You almost settled. But I stepped in. I placed this word before you to remind you that I still have you. That even when others let go, I never did. I'm holding you now, like I always have, and I will never let go. Everything you lost, I can replace. Every piece of you that broke, I can heal. But even more than that, I can use it. I will take what was meant to crush you and use it to create something that glorifies me and lifts you. Your testimony will carry the scent of resurrection. People will see the glow of deliverance in your eyes. They will wonder how you made it, and you'll simply say, "God never left me. I didn't just choose you for the good days. I chose you for the dark ones too. I chose you for the fire, because I knew you'd walk through it and not burn. I knew your faith would survive. I knew your praise wouldn't stop. And now, I reward that endurance. I honor that trust. I lift up the humble. And child, your heart has stayed soft in the midst of storms that could have hardened you. That's what pleases me. Don't be afraid of what's next. You're not stepping into the unknown alone. My spirit is already there. My hand is steady. My plans are good. And my power is greater than anything that's tried to delay or deny you. Keep going. Keep trusting. The ones who walked away will see your rising, but they won't be able to stop it. The ones who doubted you will witness the favor on your life and know that I was with you the whole time. There is gold inside of you, but gold is not revealed in comfort. It is revealed in fire. That fire you've been walking through, the confusion, the silence, the loss, it's not for your destruction, it's for your revealing. You are emerging stronger, wiser, more anointed. The very pressure that tried to crush you is becoming the platform I will use to raise you. And those who left? They were not equipped to walk with you through this. They weren't rejected because they were bad. They were removed because they weren't assigned. Comment 1010. If you trust I am making beauty from ashes, and nothing was ever wasted. You see, I love your family more than you know. I love those friends you lost. But I also love you too much to let them block what I'm doing in you. Some relationships had to end because you were no longer who you used to be. You outgrew the box they tried to keep you in. You outgrew the fear they couldn't let go of, and they didn't know how to walk with someone who was becoming everything they still denied in themselves. You didn't betray them by growing. They betrayed themselves by refusing to grow with you. They started calling you different, like it was a bad thing. They mocked your faith, questioned your silence, misread your boundaries. But I want you to understand, your growth was never meant to be understood by those who weren't meant to go where I'm taking you. Some people saw you changing and called it pride, but I call it obedience. You finally started listening to me more than them. And yes, that will always make others uncomfortable. But don't go back. Don't shrink. Don't explain away the fire in your bones. I didn't bring you this far to let you crumble under the weight of what they think. I am the one who formed you. I am the one who called you. I am the one who has walked every step beside you. And I have never been confused about who you are. While others debated your worth, I was preparing your table. While they questioned your path, I was opening the next door. They may not see it now, but they will. Because what I'm doing next in your life, they won't be able to ignore. Comment 1515 if you believe the doors I'm opening for you will silence every lie spoken against you. Don't let bitterness take your crown. Don't let the weight of their silence stop your song. You are not defined by who turned away. You are defined by who never did. And I, the Lord your God, have never turned my face from you. Even when you doubted, even when you broke down, even when you tried to carry the pain alone, I was there, and I'm still here, not watching from afar, but holding your hand, whispering truth into every lie the enemy tried to plant in your mind. You've asked for signs, you've asked for clarity, you've begged for peace. And child, here it is, this very moment, these very words, they are not coincidence. This is my answer. This is my comfort. I am reminding you who you are, not the version of you they painted in their minds, but the real you, the one I knit together in your mother's womb, the one I anointed with purpose before anyone ever celebrated you. You are my creation, my vessel, my voice in the earth. And you are not going to fade here. This pain you carry, it's real. I see it. But it's not the end. It's a turning point, a sacred shift. What if I told you the rejection wasn't the final blow, but the first step into resurrection? What if I told you the very people who walked away had to, so you could walk into what I've destined for you without delay? It's not personal. It's prophetic. Because I've marked your life for impact, and I won't let familiarity chain you to what's no longer bearing fruit. Let them go. I know that sounds harsh. But some of you are still holding on to memories, replaying the conversations, wondering what you could have done differently. Let me make this plain. You did what you could. You prayed. You tried. You waited. You gave them your heart. And still, they chose distance. Still, they chose coldness. That wasn't your failure. That was their free will. Now, it's time to choose peace. Not because you're giving up on love, but because you're giving in to me. I'm not just restoring what was broken, I'm replacing it. And what I bring will come with clarity, with peace, with purpose. You won't have to beg for it. You won't have to chase it. It will find you because it's been assigned to you. The love I will place in your life will not mock your fire. It will fan it. The people I send next will not shrink back when you shine. They will honor it, protect it, and call it holy. And when they come, you'll understand why the others had to leave. So breathe. You made it through what was meant to destroy you. You kept your heart open even when it was breaking. You stayed faithful even when you felt forgotten. And that kind of faith does not go unnoticed. I will reward it. I will multiply it. I will build upon it until your life becomes a testimony of what only I can do. This is not the end. This is not the breaking point. This is your rising. And yes, the enemy tried to use this pain to isolate you. He wanted to convince you that you're alone, unloved, misunderstood. But he is a liar. You are seen, you are chosen, you are carried. And you are stepping into a season where what I placed inside of you will finally come forth without apology. So keep walking, keep believing. I'm not finished writing your story. And the next chapter will make sense of every sleepless night, every silent treatment, every tear-stained pillow. You didn't lose your family. You didn't lose your worth. You didn't lose your future. You found me. You're not who you used to be. You've changed, grown, and they noticed. But not everyone celebrated it. Some saw your growth as a threat. They saw your hunger for me, and instead of being inspired, they became intimidated. That's not your fault. You didn't dim your light. They just weren't ready to walk out of the shadows. And sometimes, the most painful thing I will ever do in your life is protect you from people who won't grow with you. Comment 1717. If you believe I'm not just removing people, I'm making room for divine replacements. You weren't wrong for loving them. You weren't wrong for wanting them to understand. But you cannot make people value what they choose not to see. Your heart was pure, but their vision was clouded. And now you're left holding fragments of a bond that felt like it should have lasted forever. You keep blaming yourself for their silence, for their distance. But child, sometimes silence is my way of speaking. Their absence is my way of making room. You cried out for me to bring peace. And I answered, but not in the way you expected. I removed the chaos disguised as company. I stripped away the noise masked as love. Because what you called connection was actually distraction. You were surrounded, but not seen. You were loved, but only on their terms. That is not my best for you. I don't offer half love. I give wholeness. And anyone I bring into your life must reflect my heart for you, not their fears, not their pride, not their control. This is the season of truth, and truth can hurt, but it will never harm. I'm revealing things now so you don't carry false peace into your future. The wounds they left are real, but so is my healing. I won't just close the scar, I will pour purpose into it. You will look back one day and see that this pain carved space in you for more of me. That's what I'm doing. I'm enlarging your capacity, expanding your spirit, making room for the promise. You think you're standing in the ruins, but I see you standing on the edge of restoration. Don't focus on the ashes. Look up. I am already rebuilding. I am already resurrecting what you thought was buried. You're still here because there is still more. And I am the God of more. More peace, more strength, more clarity, more love. What you lost was not greater than what's coming. You're not stuck. You're being set up. Comment 1919 if you know I'm restoring you in places no one else even saw you break. There's been a battle in your mind. You smile in public, but in secret you replay conversations and memories like maybe you missed something. But child, I see the truth you can't speak. I see the loyalty they abused, the generosity they took for granted. I see how you gave them grace over and over again until you had nothing left to give yourself. That's not weakness, that's love. But now it's time to love yourself enough to let me take over. Let me be your defender. Let me protect your heart. Let me show you how it feels to be fully embraced. You don't need to keep proving yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You don't need to keep trying to earn what should have always been freely given. Your value doesn't decrease just because they walked away. Your identity isn't shaken because they turned their backs. What I say about you still stands. You are my beloved. You are my child. You are anointed, appointed, and called for such a time as this.